Good morning. You're listening to WIFO-FM in Jessup, Big Dog Country, 105.5 on your FM dial. The time now is 7:59. It is now time for the world-famous Butch and Bob Show, brought to you by First Southern Bank, Damon's Famous Fingers and Wings, Murphy Builder Supply, and O'Quinn & Associates Country Financial.
Hi, I'm Mandy Yeomans.
And I'm Raymond Brown with First Southern Bank. As your locally owned community bank, we're here to help our community grow. Our customers are why we are here. You can tell we want your business.
We offer all types of deposit products, personal and business. We have fast, efficient service, and yes, we have online banking too. I'm sure we have an account to fit your needs. Stop by or call us at 912-588-1010 and see how First Southern Bank can help you.
We're FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
Damon's Famous Fingers and Wings restaurant in Jessup is now open for business, practicing social distancing, but still serving that great food that Damon's is famous for. Come inside or come through the drive-thru, but Damon's is open inside and welcomes back its customers. The menu's the same, the service is fast, and the food is fantastic, and the sauces remain the same, mild, wild, insane, or inferno. The number is the same, 588-WING, 588-9464. Damon's Restaurant on West Cherry Street in Jessup, dining room now open for business. Come on in and enjoy a great meal today.
Since 1946, Murphy's Builder Supply has been serving the folks of Jessup, Wayne, and surrounding counties with quality products and knowledgeable service. Matter of fact, they feel they sell service first to make sure you get exactly what you need for your home improvement projects. And with each employee at Murphy's being there for 10 years or more, you know you're talking with someone with the experience to help you with building supplies, tools, paint, and all the things you need from a full-service hardware store. The best choice in home improvement is Murphy's Builder Supply, 156 Northeast Broad Street, Jessup.
Most people understand the need for life insurance, but not many want to talk about why it's essential to your financial plan. It may seem intimidating, but it doesn't have to be. Don't get overwhelmed. Get started with Country Financial. Call me, Sean O'Quinn, today at 588-1051 and let me work with you to find life insurance that gives you the protection you need at a price you can afford.
Life insurance policies issued by Country Life Insurance Company and Country Investors Life Assurance Company, Bloomington, Illinois.
The following is an exclusive presentation of Jessup Broadcasting, the sports leader in Southeast Georgia.
World famous. The world famous Butch and Bob Show.
World-famous Butch and Bob Show right here on WIFO, 105.5 FM in Jessup. 2 minutes after 8 o'clock here on this first day of September. Good morning, Bob. How are you?
I'm good.
You doing good?
Yep.
All right. Glad to hear it. Anything exciting happening?
Scam Newt got cut.
All right. We'll get to that in just a little bit.
Made my day.
All right. But we do have a guest in here this morning. Christy Carter's in here. Good morning, Christy.
Good morning, guys. How are y'all?
Yeah, we're doing good. You?
Good morning, Wayne County. How are y'all?
Yeah, here we are on this Wednesday morning. And Christy, tell us what you're in here for, who you're with, what you're promoting, what's going on in your world.
Absolutely. Christy Carter, I'm the Director of Growth and Events for Skylark, which is a pregnancy center here in Wayne County. We have 3 centers. We have one in Brunswick that's been there for 29 years. We have one here in Jessup, and it's been here, I'm guessing on this one, it's 21 years, I believe. And then there's one in Camden County, a center there that's going on 17 years. And so we're here to promote and talk about the Jessup banquet that's coming up. We're a nonprofit organization, so all the funding comes through fundraisers to keep us up and running. So I'm here to talk about that.
All right, we'll go right ahead. The floor is yours, Christy.
All right. Well, if you have not heard already, we've got a few, about 54 table hosts out in the community here in Jessup, and they're seeking folks to sit at their table for a evening at Skylark's annual fundraising dinner, and it's going to take place September 16th. It's a Thursday night at Unity Church of God on Sunset Boulevard. And we've been holding it there at that church for quite some time, and it works very well. And the pastor and everybody there is so congenial to helping us have it there. So we're excited to have it. The doors open at 6:45, and our dinner presentation runs from 7 to 9.
Okay. Well, sounds good. So how can the general public participate with this and help with this event?
We've mailed out invitations to folks who have supported the event in the past, so they can look in the mailbox and send in their response card. They can call Skylark, and the phone number to call would be our area code 912 would be 264-0231. Another way is you can email myself, Christy, Christy, at helloskylark.com. And then you may, for probably the easiest way, is just go to helloskylark.com/banquet, and that's the best way to register. So let me say that one more time. helloskylark.com/banquet.
Oh, sure. We got that. Real easy.
They say if you say it 5 to 7 times, it's going to pretty much stick in your head, but I'm not going to bore everybody by that.
Okay. All right.
So the event is basically there's an opportunity to support the ministry at this banquet with a monetary gift. So there'll be a program, there'll be special music. The great thing is we are providing a dinner. Stratton Hall will be providing dinner for us, and it's a complimentary meal for all the guests. So there's no fee to attend. You just come hear the program, have a nice dinner, hear some special music, and it starts at 7 and ends at 9. And it's all underwritten by our wonderful sponsors and donors.
Okay. And what is the purpose of y'all's organization, Skylark? What do y'all do?
We offer pregnancy testing, ultrasounds, STI testing, and also counseling to support families during pregnancy and after pregnancy and things like that. And it's all free.
Okay.
And we're located Country Financial's office building on Spring Street first. So we're right there, kind of on the back door of the Economic Development Authority and down in front, across, right by O'Quinn's Plaza.
Okay. So that's where y'all located. And if folks need to get in contact with y'all, how do they do that?
They can, for the banquet or just for the services? Yes, for the services, just contact Skylark. We're online. People just helloskylark.com. They can make appointments that way. They can also drop by, and we do walk-ins too. So if the nurse is on duty and she's available, we can do walk-ins.
Okay. Mm-hmm. All right.
And we have a wonderful center there, director named Belinda Thornton. She's been there a long time. I said that this is our 17th or 18th year, so I don't know if she's been there quite that long. I want to say yes, but I came on board about a year and a half ago. And then we have a wonderful nurse named Helen if I say her name right, Rezkowski.
That's it.
I think that's it. So, yeah, and then when there's folks that they're out of the office, then we kind of move people around that shift from Brunswick, and we pull from Camden. So, yeah. But I want to go ahead.
Why do people use y'all services? What do y'all do to help them?
We do the free pregnancy testing and ultrasounds and the STI testings, and we help people that, women are scared and pregnant, they don't know what to do, those kind of things. They can come in and we basically, give them all an informed decisions of all their options from adoption to, there's a plethora of things to do. But we're a Christian-based organization, and that we hope that they'll stay with us and save the baby's life, and also hopefully come to know the Lord.
Okay, this is Skylark here in Jessup and other locations here throughout the area, throughout Southeast Georgia. And once again, you've got the fundraiser coming up. Once again, go over the details of it.
Yes, the event takes place, our annual fundraising dinner, on Thursday, September 16th at Unity Church of God. Here in Jessup. The doors open at 6:45, and the complimentary dinner and everything is from 7 to 9. We get you in and we get you out right at 9, so we don't drag it out. And table hosts are out seeking guests to attend at their tables, and then you can register online if if someone's not asked you to attend to be at a table, we love to have guests because we have open tables that are available for anyone to come and sit at. But the main thing I need to get across is you need to respond by September the 6th, which that's why I came on the show. I wanted to get on the show is because it's Labor Day Monday.
Right.
So there's a lot of planning that goes along with events, which everybody, the chamber and everybody knows all those things too. But there is a lot of things that go on with planning big events. So we have to have RSVP cards in by September 6th.
Okay, well, good.
I got to shout out to my sponsors.
Well, you got to do what you got to do, Christy. Go ahead.
I am. We couldn't do this without all these underwriters, and I want to thank our sponsors that they actually were in our opportunity brochures, but I'm going to shout out to all the Wayne County ones, regardless of what level they are, because we're so grateful to have them. So our diamond sponsor, the key diamond sponsor is Professional Char Griller, Grills and Smokers. We have Emerald sponsors, which is Golden Isles Office Equipment, Southern Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. Platinum level would be Jack and Shannon Lawless, Climate Controlled Storage, ATP Pools and Spas, Turnip Seed Engineers, and Premier Printing. Fierce Strategy Creative, Chris Munkus Photography, and Fuse. Now I want to thank our awesome Jessup sponsors. May I? Go ahead.
Go right ahead.
Okay. Gold level, we have Calvary Baptist Church, Jessup, Carter Group Real Estate, Green Motor Company, Jessup Church of God, Joshua and Andrea Harris, Oakwin Investments, LLC, Overholt Constructions, Paul and Vicky Drawdy, Peachtree Pest Control, R&R Auto Sales, Southeast Georgia Health System, Women's Health Center Obstetrics and Gynecology, At Home Senior Living of Jessup, Carrie and Carmen Jones, Carter Land Services, Coley Electric, Jones Prescription Shop, Leah Jones Attorney-in-Law, McDaniel Vending, Prime South Bank, Reliable Roll-Off Solutions, Wayne Housing Partners, and our wonderful Wolf Animal Hospital.
All right. Well, congratulations on getting a bunch of sponsors to be able to help you there, Christy.
Yes.
I know without them, you wouldn't be able to do this because the meal is complimentary, and you just need folks to come and enjoy the event and ask for their support with Skylark.
So please, if you're listening now, go to helloskylark.com/banquet and register as a guest, and we would love to have you attend the event, and we'd love the support. And feel free to stop by the center and visit Belinda and Helen and take a tour. We'd love for people to see it too. So.
All right. Well, sounds good. Bob,
Thank
any
you.
questions or comments for Christy this morning? Well, Christy, good luck with the banquet.
Well, I'm glad to be here and good to see y'all.
Good seeing you.
Thank you.
All right. Take care. Big Dog Country Radio, WIFO, 105.5 FM in Jessup. We'll have more of the world-famous Butch and Bob Show in a moment.
Treatment is no longer an option. Hospice can provide services to manage symptoms and difficulties caused by illness. Emotional, psychosocial, and spiritual care, as well as support to the families and caregivers, are all part of hospice care. Hospice of South Georgia has been a part of the health community in Wayne and surrounding counties since 1998. The professional yet compassionate attention provided by our staff is unsurpassed. Widely supported by donations from the local population, Hospice of South Georgia is the local nonprofit hospice in Wayne County. Our administrative office is located at 1625 Sunset Boulevard, and Hospice of South Georgia accepts anyone who meets hospice criteria, regardless of their ability to pay. Please call 912-588-0080 to speak with someone about hospice care. That was 912-588-0080. We are your hometown hospice, and we are here to serve you. Hospice of South Georgia, working to add life to your days.
WIFO 105.5 FM in Jessup, Big Dog Country Radio. And Bob, what's on your mind this morning? You're sitting there looking at some pages there like you want to go back over something.
Well, it's just an interesting story going on. The NFLPA has opened up an investigation after Jaguars head coach Urban Meyer says that vaccination status was a consideration in his cuts on Tuesday. All NFL teams had to get down to the mandatory 53-man rosters on Tuesday. And also the story in New England is they're saying the Patriots released Cam Newton because he was not vaccinated as well. So the NFL Players Association has launched its full investigation. Meyer didn't back down, saying there was definitely a consideration in the process. Meyer says the key is to field a football team, and if you don't have if your team has an outbreak, it's a forfeit. And Meyer says he's encouraged his players to get vaccinated. Those weren't vaccinated, it was definitely a consideration on who stayed on the roster and who did not. And their New England reports say that the reason Belichick let Cam Newton go is because he would not get vaccinated and he missed several weeks of practice. So, again, it's an interesting story in the NFL, because that's what the rule is, even the SEC. If you don't field a team, you're going to forfeit the game. So all these coaches are trying to get their players to get vaccinated, but some just refuse. And interesting story. See how that investigation goes down in Jacksonville, whether there'll be punishment or loss of draft picks. Who knows what's going to happen? But Urban Meyer didn't back down and said it was definitely a factor in whether or not you made the team or not, because they don't want to have an outbreak and have to forfeit a game.
Well, as every single coach wants, you want a team player, somebody that's going to do the best what's for the team. And if you've got 90-something% of your players that are vaccinated, and you have some key players that are not vaccinated, and next thing you know, you might be able to put a team out there, and you have to forfeit a game. And if a player will not respect the coach's wishes, maybe they won't respect other wishes during the course of the season that the coach would like for them to do. I know it's a personal decision with each player out there, but I can't believe that the players would say, "Well, they're not going to take that in consideration," when that's part of the team decision.
It's going to be interesting. I can't wait to hear what Dan Patrick and all these AM 1370 Fox people have to talk us. I'm sure it'll be the topic of conversation today, because that was the big story in the NFL yesterday. It's kind of a surprise story. Most NFL analysts thought Cam Newton was going to be the starter in New England,
right?
Because Belichick had him last year, and everybody, from all reports, they apparently had a good relationship. But apparently, this Mac Jones kid out of Alabama, and of course it goes back to the Bill Belichick, Nick Saban relationship. Everybody thought that New England was going to take Mac Jones because Nick Saban was high on him coming out of Alabama. Him and Belichick have that relationship, so Belichick takes the kid out of Alabama, and now he's going to be the starter week 1 for New England. So the rookie out of Alabama steps right into the fold, which has the Chicago fans
doing very well.
Which has the Chicago fans saying, "Why can't Justin Fields get on that? Why do we got to put up with Andy Dalton?" So the pressure's on these coaches to win with these NFL. But I saw a sports show yesterday, had a good story about these number 1 picks. He says that in the last 20 years, there's been 35 quarterbacks selected in the first round, and 7 turned out to be stars in the NFL.
Well, that's the way it happens.
The chances
cream rises to the top.
Chances these guys making it are slim and none. So be interested how it all plays out. But interesting story, surprising story. It'd be interesting if Cam Newton gets on another team.
Well, you think he probably will, because the way the quarterbacks go down like flies out there during the course of a season, somebody's going to need a experienced backup quarterback.
The projected landing spot is Dallas. They say Dallas doesn't have a legitimate backup behind Dak Prescott, so they say you may wind up in Dallas. So
never can tell.
It'll be interesting where he winds up. But interesting story in the NFL yesterday, kind of the story of the day in the NFL. But it's interesting how it all goes with whether or not you're vaccinated or not, whether or not you made the team. So,
if you're putting the team at risk, then they're going to say, "Hey, you."
NFL Player Association not happy about that, so we'll see how it all plays out. So,
all right,
interesting story though in the NFL.
Okay, and Coach Meyer didn't say it was the final decision; it was consideration. And if you've got a player that you got some players that are pretty well even out there, then you've got to say, well, this one's not going to get vaccinated, and if he's not going to get vaccinated now, that means he's not going to get vaccinated during the season, more than likely, because he's not putting the team of in front of everything, and so it may put things at risk during the course of the season, and a coach cannot afford to put the team at risk, and if he's got 2 players that's somewhat equal, he's going to go with the player that's vaccinated. That's what Urban Meyer said.
That's what Urban Meyer said. He said it was definitely part of the consideration. He said everything was considered, but that was definitely a factor. So, but the NFL Players Association didn't like his comments. They've opened up an investigation. So, how investigations go, they can last forever. We've seen those.
Well, he's not backing down. He's saying, "Hey, that's part of the consideration. That wasn't the only that was part of it, though."
You can investigate a ham sandwich.
Yeah, you can investigate anything. We're opening up an investigation.
Just an interesting story.
Yeah. Well, it'll be interesting to see what happens there, and see what happens with Mac Jones up there at New England, the Alabama quarterback. They said he's been doing very well in practice. Listening to our AM station yesterday, Fox Sports Radio, 1370 AM The Buzz, WLOP. And it's just, great to listen. If you're into sports, you need to be into AM 1370 Fox Sports Radio and WLOP, because it's just interesting listening to Dan Patrick and Jim Rome and Rich Eisen and Chuck Oliver and all the gangs there. I mean, all the Fox Sports stars are on Fox Sports Radio, and you get to hear their comments, insights, interviews, features, and things of that sort. So just great listening. And so, as you mentioned, you'll find out what they've got to say about this today.
Braves need to get out of Los Angeles. What the Braves need to do.
Right. Well, that's they got one more game against L.A. and get out of there.
Get out of there.
Yeah. And
they've lost 2 games in 2 days. Lost in the standings.
They lost 2 because the Philadelphia Eagles Phillies have won. And then they'll leave there and go to Colorado, so hope they can get that ball to fly out of that thin air up there in Colorado for the next 4 days. At least they'll be in Colorado for the next 4 days on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday once they leave L.A. tonight.
All right.
Or in the morning, whenever they leave. Usually what they do after a game is they take their showers, they do their interviews, they do all that kind of stuff, and then they head to the airplane and then fly to the next town. They don't stay where they are. They get out of Dodge just as quick as they can to get to the next place, and so they'll take on Colorado for the next 4 days after night, and they'll begin at 7:25 tomorrow there against Colorado, and some baseball action there for you over the Labor Day weekend, and the Braves have off on Labor Day, so they get Labor Day off, before they are at home taking on Washington and then Miami for the week after. Labor Day starting on that Tuesday.
It's winding down.
It winding down. I think they said 33 days left. I heard on Fox Sports this morning coming in. 33 days left in baseball. Got to get these last games in here for the season. It'll determine who's going to be on top, who's going to the playoffs, and who's going to be sitting at home twiddling their thumbs. So go Braves. Division winners the last 3 years in a row. Let's make it 4. So no Wayne County football this Friday night, just to let folks know. And remember now, this is going to be taken by a week-by-week decision here when it comes to the extracurricular activities at Wayne County High School. So just because they're not playing this Friday night does not mean they're not going to play the following Friday night. The principal, the school superintendent, the school board will make a decision as each week goes by.
Next week's not looking good, though, because they're reassessing every 2 weeks. So we'll see if there's a change at the board meeting on Thursday.
Yeah,
be there tomorrow at 10 o'clock. See what they have to say.
Well, we do have some teams like Glenn County. They're not having schools; they're having in-home learning, but they're playing their games.
Ware County the same way.
Same way. So you do have teams in our area that are not having in-home school. They're having in-home schools that are in class teaching, and they're still playing football and other sports during this summer fall. And so we'll be interested to see if Wayne County makes some adjustment and says, all right, we'll play. Who will we be playing, Bob? We're playing South Effingham at South Effingham if they decide to say, all right, team, you can go to South Effingham and play. And then, of course, it'll be up to South Effingham also. I don't know what their policy is right now.
Several games being canceled. I saw the Jeff Davis Bacon got canceled. Valdosta Bainbridge got canceled. There's about 5 or 6 that have already been canceled for this Friday. So teams are just scrambling. Like I said, talked to Coach Lasada Richmond Hill because I was hoping they could reschedule it later, but they don't have any open dates after Friday night. So they've already rescheduled their game. They're going to Burke County this Friday, so they already hooked up the game because Wayne County shut down. So they're definitely playing a game Friday, but they're going to Burke County. So.
Okay. And someone just texted in how they made a decision about recreation sports yet. Well, if I know Spec, he's going to be playing. He did last year.
I have to check with Spec.
Right now, as far as we know, recreation sports are still on, but usually don't begin till like the 2 weeks after Labor Day weekend anyway. So there's still time to see what happens between now and then.
I'll touch base with them and see what the plan is.
Okay. But we were, one of the recreation teams that did play last year, and the kids had a good time out there.
And we got Luke Boykin in the studio tomorrow to talk about his big decision to go to Georgia. Like I said, this kid had double-digit Division I offers and decided to go to Athens. But when I understand, he spent all weekend calling all the other coaches and thanking them for the opportunity to go to their school. But telling him his decision. So it'd be fun to talk to him tomorrow about heading to Athens. So I know that his family's excited. I'm excited. So it should be fun to watch him up in Athens.
It should be fun to watch Luke up there with the red and black on there, and go Dogs.
Yeah, go Dogs.
Yeah, you're saying go Dogs, taking on Clemson this coming Saturday up there in Charlotte, North Carolina at the stadium. I don't know what the name of it is, where the Panthers play up there. And so go Dogs taking on Clemson. That is, yesterday on one sports program they were talking about the top games of this season, and the Georgia Clemson, of course, was up there as one of the very top games of the season.
There's several games that are marquee games this coming weekend. Miami plays Alabama. That should be a fun ball game. Penn State, Wisconsin should be a good game. That kicks off at 12 noon on Saturday. And Sunday, the Notre Dame FSU game at Florida State. Sunday night.
Sunday night. Notre Dame is playing on a Sunday night.
Yep.
They get permission from Touchdown Jesus to play on Sunday night?
Yeah, the Pope said they could play on Sunday. As long as it's at night. So they can go to church in the morning time and then go to
Mass in the morning.
Yeah. They're good to go.
I just wonder about that, Bob. You being a Catholic, I know that you got inside information
That's
here,
right.
So I appreciate the
They
insights on that.
They had to get clearance from the Pope. Pope said it's okay.
So FSU Notre Dame.
Sunday night.
Where at?
At Florida State.
At Florida State.
Tallahassee.
Okay. All right.
So, but there's a lot of games kicking off tomorrow, too. I think Tennessee plays tomorrow. There's like 8 or 9 games tomorrow, starting Thursday. So
Thursday, yeah.
We got games Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. It all kicks off beginning tomorrow. So.
I mean, you think about it with college and pro football. Of course, pro really won't kick in until the Sunday after Labor Day. Let's see. Let's get the exact date on here. On September 12th. So you got Labor Day weekend coming up. It's the Sunday after that weekend when everything begins. But then you'll have a Thursday night game. But you take away the colleges spreading out their games and the way the NFL spreading out their games, there's only going to be maybe a couple nights during the week that you might not be able to watch some sort of live football.
Right.
Yeah. There's all kinds of football going on.
Yeah, that's all due to entertainment purposes only.
Entertainment purposes only. Plus, you got all these cable channels, satellite channels, streaming channels. You got all the stuff out there. So you got, you got so many choices that these teams can get their football team to be seen and heard.
Everybody got their fantasy teams ready to roll. So,
are you doing fantasy this year? I know you hadn't the last several years.
I'm not doing it.
Still not doing fantasy.
I just don't have time.
Is Steve Carter and the gang going to still do theirs here in Jessup?
Yeah,
every year Steve comes down with his group and they get it together. They're still doing it, huh?
I believe they are.
All right. Okay. Well, Georgia Southern begins this coming Saturday. We are your Georgia Southern Eagle football radio station for Southeast Georgia. The Eagles looking for another good season, and they'll be taking on Gardner-Webb there at Paulson Stadium this coming Saturday night. And, of course, you can listen to the game right here on 105.5 FM. Pre-game will begin Saturday afternoon at 4 o'clock, and then kick off at 6 o'clock. And we say go Eagles and Georgia Southern Nation. Listen to the games right here on 105.5 FM. And then Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech begins this coming Saturday, and they'll be at home taking on Northern Illinois. And that game can be on our AM station, Fox Sports Radio, 1370 AM The Buzz, beginning at 6:30 with the pregame kickoff at 7:30. Matter of fact, Georgia Tech has 2 home games to begin the season. Northern Illinois on September 4th, and then Kennesaw State on September 11th.
Wayne County's Weston Franklin will see playing time on that game because I saw the interview with Coach Collins, and they've got a list of linemen that they're going to rotate in tonight, and Weston will be the backup center. So they said he's definitely in the rotation. So
Weston Franklin, backup center for Georgia Tech.
Yeah.
All right, so watch that, folks, and listen to it on AM 1370 The Buzz WLOP. And then when Tech gets through with those 2 games, they'll really get into competition and to ACC action going up to Clemson to take on the Tigers on September 18th.
The projections don't give Tech much of it. I think they got them listed as the 6th team in their conference, but Coach Collins says that he thinks he's got a pretty good team. He's going to surprise some people, so can't ever tell. Projections are projections, so you just got to go out there and play. So I'm just glad to see Weston Franklin, all the hard work paying off. Like I said, as soon as the football season got over with, he enrolled early, got up there, got in the program, but it's paid dividends because, like I said, he's in the rotation. He'll be seeing some playing time. in this first game of the season against Northern Illinois. So we wish him well.
Well, it'll look good to see a Wayne County player playing for an ACC team like that for Georgia Tech. So Weston Franklin, watch him under center. He's second rotation, so you know how they rotate people in and out all the time. So you'll definitely get to see him.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll talk about him. Like I said, he's done well.
Okay. Yeah. And our coverage, once again, begins at 6:30 this Saturday, right here on our AM station, our sister station, Fox Sports 1370 AM The Buzz at 6:30. All right, Bob, anything else on your mind this morning? Anything at all? Just rattling around that brain?
Just ready for that Georgia-Clemson game. I'm excited. It's going to be fun. I think it's going to be a great game. It's fun to listen to everybody give their opinion on who they think is going to win the game.
Yeah, it is going to be interesting to see what happens there because you got two very talented teams, two good coaches, lots of good players out there. So we'll see what happens. Yeah. Clemson's still favored by 3, as they should be because they're ranked higher than us, and it's almost like a home game for them.
I guess. I don't know if North Carolina people like South Carolina people. I don't know how that goes. I mean,
Clemson and Charlotte are not all that far apart. But, the thing about it is Clemson and Athens are probably closer together than Clemson and Charlotte.
Right.
It's probably about the same. It's probably about halfway between, but still it's closer to Clemson than it is Athens.
It'd be interesting what the makeup of the stadium is. I know there's a lot of Georgia fans headed up that way. So
yeah, will be.
It'd be fun to watch.
All right, Bob. You have a good day.
Look it up.
All right, the world-famous Butch and Bob Show right here on WIFO 105.5 FM in Jessup, and it's brought to you by First Southern Bank, by Damon's Famous Fingers and Wings, Murphy Builder Supply, and by O'Quinn & Associates Country Financial.